My favorite person. Actually, I had two different videos that I could have chose from with Umar Johnson, and I decided to go with this one. Tony Williams, I'm going to read that super chat shortly. Thank you, my friend. I decided to go with this one because Umar Johnson decided to address specifics as it relates to relationships. All right? Somebody sent this to me. They sent two of them to me. And I said, all right, well, I got to choose between one, so I'm going to choose this one. Shout out to Tony Williams. Shout out to Twisted Up TV. I'm going to be reading those super chats shortly. Let's go ahead and get into the video and see what the good doctor, is talking about.
Somebody being fresh, they sent me an anonymous picture of Cinnabons. Who sent those Cinnabons? Cut it out, ladies. Cut it out. It's too late for that. Need that chicken noodle soup. So, let me see. Sister said her son's father just confessed that he is bisexual.
Very few things, though, I advocate that it's going to be very difficult for you to be able to work through as an individual. Very few things. Now, I know that there's going to be individual cases that this needs to be solved for. But here's my question. Before we get into Dr. Umar's response to this, how do you know if you are married, the only person that you're sleeping with allegedly is your wife? How do they then find out that they're bisexual? Except for to be experimenting on the side with somebody that they shouldn't be with in the first place. How do they discover? How do you even open yourself up to the possibility that you're bisexual? Just don't make no sense to me. I don't understand these new relationships. I don't understand the Adam 22s. I don't understand y'all open relationships. I don't understand how y'all discovering stuff. It's weird. But let's hear what the doctor got to say.
Sister said her son's father just confessed that he is bisexual. My dear sister, if your son's father confessed that he is bisexual, you have to end the relationship.
Facts.
It is too dangerous for a heterosexual black woman to be sleeping with a man who sleeps with other men.
100% facts.
Herpes virus. Herpes is very high in the gay male population. HIV AIDS is very high in the gay male population.
Shout out to Atlanta. Shout out to the ATL shouting. But one of the reasons I could never, ever, ever move to Atlanta because the culture is just not aligned with where it is that I stand on my moral compass. Nothing that the good doctor is saying right now, and you know that I have a lot of pushback for a lot of the different things that the good doctor says, nothing that he's saying is off base. I'm objective, which means that I'm able to say and identify when somebody is telling the truth and call a spade or give credit where credit is due. It is nothing that he's saying that is off base right now.
Not to mention shingles. Shingles is very high in the gay male population.
I did not know that.
So although you might love him and care about him, and I'm glad that he was honest with you. I'm glad he was honest with you because he didn't have to tell you that. So respect to the brother for being honest. But my dear sister, your health is more important than that relationship. You still have to co-parent your son. You still have to co-parent your son. You still have to co-parent your son.
I'm not a fan of even the co-parenting. Listen, I'm not a fan of women breaking up their households. But the thing you have to start asking yourself is, because now we in a different zone, we in a different time. And again, I don't disagree with not one word that the Dr. Umar Johnson is saying right now, except for this one last thing that he just said, is that you still got to co-parent your son. Never in my 41 years on this earth have I ever advocated for a woman breaking up her household and a man not being able to have access to his kids. But the question that we have to ask ourselves is, with this new information and the new way in which people are moving, what do you want your kid to be influenced by? I don't look at it as bisexual. I just look at it as gay. You know me. Either you are or you're not. Either you are or you're not. I've never advocated not one time have you ever referenced or seen me advocate for a woman to be able to break up her household. But then the question then becomes, what are you being co-parent? Because now when he goes over to your house, what is he being influenced by? I don't know. I don't know how to navigate around this. I don't know how you normalize this. I don't know. Because again, the kid is the person that suffers as a result of the decisions of their parents. So on one hand, you got a kid that's now going to probably be raised by a single mother if she go with option A, which is fight everything that she can for that kid to be influenced by what's going on over the father's house. But on the other hand, let's say you got a co-parent, right? But then you got to worry about how your kid is being influenced and what's being normalized in their life by the father that's saying that it's okay to be this way. What do you do? What do you do?
And maybe y'all want to continue to live in the same house while the son is young because we don't want him to go through the trauma of parental separation. We don't want your son to go through the trauma of parental separation.
But what's worse?
So if y'all need to stay in the same house, I can understand, but you cannot. And I hope, my dear sister, that you are not giving him the privilege of anal pleasure. I hope there was no rectal
Anton had to
recreational
disappear.
activities going on in your bedroom.
Anton had to disappear off camera for that one.
Black
Jesus.
women, first of all, that's not a normal form of intercourse. We got that from the European, first of all. First of all, we got that from the European, okay?
Is that true? I had to disappear off camera for that one. Jesus Christ. Is that true, y'all? I'm not familiar with the history of it or where it came from and all of that other type of stuff. Is it true, and how can we prove that? DK said a gay father is better than no father. Maybe the father teaches his son that the lifestyle isn't something to copy. That's a lie. I disagree with that. I disagree with that. DK, I disagree with your assessment here. You said a gay father is better than no father. I disagree with it. I disagree. I disagree 100%. I'm gonna leave it right there. I disagree 100%. I don't know where they came from, but let's just continue.
Okay? Your rectal is not a part of the sexual pleasure system. You understand me? But we done got freaked out and turned out by the colonizer. We done got freaked out and turned out, and we done turned the rectum into a recreational space.
I agree, Jamal.
We have turned the rectum into a recreational space. My dear sister, I hope your rectum was not a recreational space for your bisexual baby daddy. I hope not. And I'm not playing either.
This is wild.
Because your rectal is a direct route to your bloodstream. That's a direct route. That's why babies get a lot of their vaccinations from the back. The reason babies get vaccinations from the back, it go right into the bloodstream. So if you letting that man visit you from the back door instead of the front door.
I am familiar with the history of buck breaking. I see y'all in the chat talking about it. But I'm like Jamal said, I'm pretty sure that people have been putting it in the wrong hole since the existence of people. I don't think, for some reason, it's hard for me to substantiate that white people invented putting it in the wrong hole. Because then we have to say Asians been doing it and Hispanics has been gotten it from white people too, right? Come on, y'all. I don't believe I don't believe I don't believe that they was the first ones to ever do this. I don't think you could ever trace it back to anybody, to be honest with you. I genuinely don't think that you can trace it back to anybody. But I think that he's 100% correct on this whole thing as far as what you shouldn't do in the back door.
And I don't know why a black woman would let that happen anyway. But if you letting a man visit you from the back door instead of the front door, you are opening yourself up for all types of diseases. We have to eliminate the excess perversions.
I agree with him.
Women letting men run trains on them.
I agree.
First of all, I don't know what would convince a man to go right behind another man. I'm trying to.
Yo, this outside of the video where he talked about Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, I agree 100% with what he's saying right now. I agree 100%. When I was younger and in high school, and they would go and get gosh, I wish I could say the names. They would go and get them a little yamp. Y'all know what a yamp is? A yamp is a West Coast name. Got that from my partners over there in Oakland. And then I had a homie that was over here from San Bernardino. Shout out to my homies over there on the West Coast. Y'all know what a yamp is? They used to call him a young tramp. And I never understood trains. And I'm not talking about trains, planes, and automobiles. I'm talking about choo-choo. I never could understand trains. Because in my mind, first of all, I'm not about to be busting you down in front of a bunch of other guys. That's gay to me. Second of all, I don't want you if anybody else can have you. I'm selfish like that. Third of all, I'm not going second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh. I can't do it, big dog. I'm not built like that. Yeah, Chris, we call them bustos here in Detroit. You right. I never, ever understood the concept. And I just wasn't built like that. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and stay in my nerd phase and my lame phase. I'm going to go ahead and stay in my little lane. Go play Xbox Live. I'm chilling, bro. I'm not built for that. And I know there's some people in here. Listen, we got 1,400 people in here right now. I'm not personally built for something like that. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm 100% in agreement with the good doctor right now.
Understand this. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I'm missing something. But why do I want to go?
100% facts.
Why do I want to go slide? Why do I want to go swimming in a pool that's already been polluted with your DNA? Why do I want to do this?
Facts.
Why do I want to follow another man, two men, three men, four men? I don't understand the turn on. Somebody got to educate me.
I don't either. I'm 100%
And
in
for the
agreement.
black woman, why would you let multiple men? Why would you let multiple men, condom or no condom, why would you let multiple men
I just can't understand it.
enter you on the same day? I don't understand.
It's wild. It's wild. Somebody said they can't imagine Anton playing Xbox. Oh, plenty of broken controllers. Plenty of broken controllers have slid across the room and onto the wall. I done probably spent a few $1,000s on replacing controllers in my day. Plenty of broken controllers. I was a sore loser when I lost. I felt some type of way. I'm just not built to be sliding after another dude. That's why I'm selfish. I think that body count matters. I think the whole thing. If I see another people can be able to get access to you, I'll be thinking to myself, I'm not even sure I can hire you. I don't even know if I want you around me as an employee. You easy like that? Man, that speaks to your character, in my opinion.
But that's what happens when you let the Caucasoid brothers and sisters.
Sometimes Umar
We got to
Johnson be
get
right.
back to traditional African values.
Sometimes he right.
We got to get back to traditional African values. We got to tone it all down. Just take a step back and tone it on down.
I agree with him, and I think that a lot of what we see in the society today, to be honest with you guys, is we've been over sexualized and desensitized. And it's one of the reasons why I don't watch Norp. Y'all know the other word, the PORN word. I don't watch it. I can't do it. It's one of the reasons why I don't believe in masturbation. I genuinely don't do it because I don't want to be desensitized. I don't want to open myself up to things that I wasn't even interested in the first place. I live this phenomenal life in this little cage in my mind already. We good. We good over here. We not missing out. Let me say what my grandma said to me. Honey, you're not missing out on nothing but the devil. I don't look at prawn. I don't look at prawn. I'm not missing out on nothing but what I don't know. I'm not missing out on Narop. Is it Narop? Narop. What I don't know, it doesn't mean anything to me. This is one of the few things that I think that you need to keep exclusive within you.
See, the reason some of us are so unhappy, we have the unhealthy, demonic energy
Agreed.
of past partners
Agreed. 100%.
still infesting our spiritual life. What if the energy of every partner you ever had in your life is trapped within your auric field?
He is 100% right. I cannot believe that I'm saying this. This is why body count matters. It's because I'm going to break this down tonight. I'm going to break down body count in ways that y'all never thought that I could break it down. You can't unsee what you saw. And all of that energy, and a lot of us don't actually believe in spirituality and principalities, and you don't believe in a God or the devil, and you just think that you got here by the Big Bang, and then you just gonna go and into existence and not exist anymore. You don't believe in aura, but it's funny. You believe in it when it comes to intuition. You believe in it when it comes to reading people. You believe in it when it comes to being able to sense whether or not somebody is on some negative type of shit or not. You believe in it when it's convenient for you, but you don't believe in that energy when it comes to getting fucked on. He is one. I can't believe that I'm saying this with no objection and no pushback whatsoever. When you have a lot of people before you, and I know that they want to go on to tonight's conversation, and all of them is saying that body count don't matter. It matters. Who you open yourself up to carries with you that energy, the spirit within them, how you see sex, how you understand people. It goes along with you with whoever it is that you go into next. He's 100% right.
What if every man you ever slept with, woman, his energy is still trapped in your auric field?
He's
Black
right.
man, what if every woman you ever slept with, snow bunnies included, their spiritual energy is still trapped within your auric field?
He had to throw the snow bunny thing in there. I'll be careful to wash my hands after I shake so many hands. The first thing I do when I walk in the house, when I come out of the airport, is I wash my hands, I take all of my clothes off, and I get right in the shower. I can't bring that into a lot of y'all just go and y'all jump straight into the bed from being outside and in the streets and stuff like that. I don't get it. All of that dirt, grime, energy, negativity, all of that shit stay with you in your bed. And every time you get out of the bed, you get back in. Some of y'all don't even clean y'all sheets as often as y'all should. You don't wash your sheets. You don't disinfect and spray what it is that you got going on. You don't wash your hands as soon as you get in the house. You go in the house, you open up the refrigerator, or you grab the remote control. You piss. You don't wash your hands when you leave the bathroom. And all of that negativity and energy, that junk stays with you and it carries with you into your home. And you can't figure out why you waking up toe up with a negative disposition towards life every day. Is because you need to cleanse your home. And this ain't even on no chakra type shit. This is just on some regular wash your hands, get in the shower, get that negative energy off of you.
I know that's why a lot of black women are angry and nasty. I can tell you that right now.
He's right.
Demons swimming in your vagina.
He's right. He's one.
Demons. Demon semen. Oh, yes.
Peter Investor, I got you.
Demon semen. Oh, yes. She got demon semen swimming in her womb. And you went swimming
right after
without a coat. Lord have mercy.
Right after.
You went into a black hole that's polluted with demon semen and you didn't even strap up. Lord have mercy.
And you know the worst part about it is, because a lot of dudes just go, they see it through and they don't put on no rubber or nothing like that. You know what the worst part about it is? Yo, one time I walked past the women's restroom and I smelled the women's restroom from outside of the restroom, and I couldn't believe the smell. I couldn't believe the smell that was in that restroom. I walked past the women's restroom. The women's restroom, 9 times out of 10, when you go to if you walk past, let's just say, for example, I got to go use the restroom and then my wife got to go use the restroom. Her description of the women's restroom is 10 times worse than the men's restroom. Her description of the women's restroom is 10 times worse than the description that I would have of the men's restroom. It's egregious. And y'all see it through? No rubber. No rubber.
Lord have mercy. Forget the sexually transmitted diseases. What about the spiritually transmitted diseases?
Facts. And he's so right.
Forget the sexually transmitted diseases.
He is 100% right.
What about the spiritually transmitted
100%
diseases?
right, y'all.
See, one of the reasons I don't date black women who have been with snow puppies. I do not date black women who allowed a non-African male to violate.
Now, this is where he off. And let me tell you why, Doc. Let's say you was 100% right. How would you ever know? Because these women is chameleons. And by the time that she get over to you, she going to tell you what you want to hear in order for her to get whatever it is that she need to get up out of you. Don't you know, Dr. Umar, that by the time that that woman get over to you, that she already know what to say to you in order to get you to do whatever it is that she wants you to do? If she been with a snow puppy, do you think that she would tell you?
Their solar system. Your vagina is your solar system, your yoniverse. Your yoniverse.
All right, he losing me on that. He losing me on the Yoni verse. He could be true, could be false, but he's definitely losing me on that. However, my point is that he is 100% spot on, and that when you give yourself over to people who don't actually understand the value of what it is that you have between your legs, you then open yourself up to a lot of different things that you don't even know is going to carry with you for the rest of your life, including the diseases, including the spirits, and including how it is that you ultimately see men when you get into a new relationship.